Buddhism's Zen tale is told through orphan trees. Why would a monk desire to walk deep into a dense forest, away from the world's sounds and surrounded by the perfect stillness of the universe? A thick forest so dense that it seems black even during the day. The monk sensed a hole inside him as he walked through the woodland. There is something within for everything outside, and the nothingness that the monk felt within him was either a compliment to the deafening stillness outside or something he had never encountered before. His gaze was drawn to the big trees as he went alongside his master, trees that were both tall and ancient. This forest was untamed and virgin. The monk remembered his boyhood days, and he suddenly remembered how he once had a family with his father and mother there alongside him, caressing him all day. He had never envisioned being a monk and journeying further into the stillness with his teacher. Nobody had predicted that he would become a monk. He was an orphan after losing both his parents in a civil war. The monk has had first-hand experience with having everything and then reducing it to nothing in an instant. He felt the same hole in him today, as if he were wandering further and deeper into the nothingness that had tormented him since his family's death. When the teacher glanced at his student, he noticed that he was thinking. The master asked the monk what was bothering him, and the monk, with trepidation, informed his teacher how these forests reminded him of his history, and how every passing tree reminded him of the dreadful day he lost his family, how the empty he felt that day was considerably less than what he is suffering today, as if the entire forest is telling him that he is an orphan, alone and lonely. Being a monk and being concerned by nothing was bad news for the master. The monks are expected to delve into the ocean of nothingness and be fed by its quiet and serenity. Each being does this every night as they sleep, but one day it will be permanent. The master had taught the monk to sleep each day as if it were the last, and this had enabled him all his years to make friends with emptiness, and now the exact thing that had troubled him was sleeping with him. However, these isolated woodlands and trees brought with them an atmosphere of heavenly emptiness that overwhelmed the pupil. The teacher instructs the pupil to look at the trees and asks if the trees that remain tall in the forest are eternally with their parents or are orphans. The monk examines the tree while attempting to determine the solution. Because the tree stood alone without a father or mother, the student informs the teacher that these trees appear orphaned. "Are you sure?" asks the master once more. The monk became concerned and glanced around again. He came to the conclusion that the tree's roots went deep into the soil and their branches stretched throughout the landscape. "I don't know, master. I just feel this tree runs deep into the earth and reaches high into the sky," the student said. The teacher grins, and the monk understands. Suddenly, a grin arises on the monk's face, and he realizes his master's message in his own response as if he could hear his master's holy voice, screaming loudly to him through the clouds. "Look at these trees." Monk examined them intently because their roots travel deeper into the soil in search of something down there while their branches reach higher in the sky, in search of something up there. This tree is definitely seeking something and discovering it through his roots in the dirt and the branches facing the sky. He is searching all three kingdoms for an answer. He wants to know if he has a parent or mother someplace, or if he is an orphan. If you say he's an orphan, he most likely is. This is what drives him to seek his actual home. He doesn't know yet, but he looks and strives to locate it, and while he does, he grows bigger and bigger, becoming stronger and stronger, serving his own creator by completing his destiny as a tree. You, my darling monk, are an orphan, just like all the trees in the forest. Let us sit with them, reflect, and discover our actual home. We may be headed to the same orphanage, as we are all orphans. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.
Please subscribe to my channel Lessons of Life and press the bell notification icon.